I'll never remember.
There you go. Now we're going.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, we got women's basketball here. We've got seniors Lauren Deedy, Kylie Kravig, and Coach Taylor Wagner. Coach, one more road trip coming up with Westminster. Obviously, you're coming off another good weekend last weekend, clinched a share of the conference title. So, what's the focus going into this week?
Well, we know it's going to be a tough game. You know, they always play us tough, and end of the year, it's their senior night. I expect them to play really well, and hopefully we can build off of last weekend and go in there and play our game.
Say, girls, well, one more trip on the bus, and locking up at least a share of the conference title. I know that's always big on the goal sheet. What did that kind of mean to you last weekend, wrapping it up against a really good team?
We worked really hard to earn that, I think, but we also understand that we're not done. We still have two regular season games, and not done.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to share the title, so.
Oh, we're gonna be selfish, right? So and that's the thing. I mean, the way this team has kind of grown throughout the year, you've gotten more and more assertive. It looks like. I mean, you're not going to let people push you around. You're going to go out and kind of take games. Could you kind of tell at some point in the season, just maybe that mind shift kind of took place?
I think there was a weekend early. I remember we were at someone's house watching a game on Tuesday, or I don't know, some weekend where there was a couple of teams that helped us out. I think Highlands and Mines helped us out a little bit. And I remember we were sitting there and we're like, it's in our hands. Like, if we take care of our business, then it doesn't matter what anyone else does. And I think that's where our mind kind of shifted.
Lauren, was there a point where you just kind of saw this team kind of everybody got it at the same time, or?
Yeah, I would agree with Kylie. I like, it's in our hands. We have to take care of what we can take care of, and that's what we got to do.
Yeah. Coach, I mean, you've gone through a lot of different lineup shifts. You've had injuries. You've had, kids battling through a lot of things. But the resilience of this team, could you kind of tell this was going to be a team that could be gritty?
I felt when we got back from Christmas break, everyone kind of settled in their roles a little bit better. And I thought there was a little bit more focus, especially on the defensive side. We struggled, our first games, and I don't think the defense was particularly really good. And then we came out and, I think we had 5 or 6 games there where we were holding teams in the 40s and the 50s. And I think that's where I noticed it with this team that, we had a shot to win it.
Yeah. Did the Pittsburgh game was that one of those games that kind of hit everybody between the face going, okay, that's what it takes? They're, a top 5 team, and we didn't play our best, but we want to be there.
Yeah, I think in that game we proved to ourselves for the first, 3 quarters that we could hang at that level. And I think it pissed us off a little bit that we didn't continue for the 4th quarter. So it gave us a little bit of motivation.
Looking back, you two have been here a few years. You've seen a lot of games. You've played in a lot of games. Kind of looking back, you kind of remember as freshmen going, am I going to survive this? Am I going to make it through? And now here you are as seniors going, it'll be okay, freshmen. You'll make it.
That's definitely a daily thought as a freshman, and then you don't realize it, and you get to sophomore year and like, oh my gosh, why was that so bad? But yeah, you get through it. I think once you get through freshman year, you're fine. It's all good.
Yeah. It's a huge difference, freshman to senior.
Yeah, and you've said all along that first year for anybody, transfer, freshman, it's the hardest because they're dealing with a lot of things. But I mean, the seniors you've got on this team, you've got the veteran seniors, then you've got a couple of 1-year seniors, but they've done a good job for you, kind of whatever you've needed from them.
Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed this group with the girls that have been here for 4 years, and then Riley and Brooklyn coming in and adding to our team. They're awesome, great people, and great students, great ambassadors for our program. They've done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, Westminster's a team that, that they've struggled, but like you said, it's their senior night. They're going to be coming off going through Western senior night tonight. They know it's their last game. You don't want to get trapped.
No,
right
they're
now.
good. They're going to be good, and you look at games where other teams have gone over there and really struggled this year. And, I remember last year we went over there and struggled, and, it took Josie to hit 8 threes in that game to kind of pull away for us. So, whether it was this year or last year or 5-6 years ago or whatever, it's always been a struggle to go over there and get a win against them.
Yeah. You guys, you haven't looked ahead all year. I mean, the people talk about the winning streak and you're going to be at home for the conference tournament. This team is just, I think, better than maybe a lot of them. You just concentrate what's right ahead of you. Have you guys done that all year, especially through this 2025 portion of the season?
It's just, we just know that we can't reach our goals. It's not going to be done in one game. It's not going to be done in 2 games. It's done over the course of the season. And if you're going to do that, you have to win 1 game at a time. So it's about taking 1 possession at a time, 1 practice at a time, and making sure that everything's just, you focus on what you can control in the moment. And that's it.
Come on, Lauren. I mean, you've been through teams that kind of get ahead of themselves and start looking at the big picture, and you guys have just been so steady, especially the last 4 weeks.
Mhm.
Has it been hard to kind of lock everything else out?
I don't think so. I think for me personally, like I've just been enjoying every moment, and I don't want to look ahead personally because I want to focus on the now. I think the rest of the team can kind of agree to that we're just focused on the now. You can't look forward without completing what's in front of you.
Coach, have you had to remind them of that at all, or? I mean,
Every
I know
once in a while. It's hard, and winning creates complacency sometimes. And so we've got to continue to figure out what we do well and what we struggle at and work at that. So, but I think too, they've never looked ahead, and really we haven't been able to. Every game has counted and has meant something. And so we've just kind of really gone after it, and the girls have been focused.
Okay, question of the week. It's a rapid fire, kind of an either or. You each answer it as quick as you can. Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Salty.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot.
Cup or cone?
Cone.
Cone.
Cup.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Chocolate.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Cake.
Pie.
Dog or cat?
Cat.
Dog.
Did you say cat?
I said, she said
I
cat.
said
Okay.
This is our cat women.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll do it. Thank you very much.
Thanks.